Hello everyone, I am Dr. Purva, pediatrician and neonatologist currently based in Ahmedabad. Now from last few days and weeks in fact, I have been seeing everywhere in news, in media, in social media, a lot of discussion going on over AI enabled platforms which will take away jobs. Now I'm also seeing conversations and debates on AI enabled platforms taking away doctors' jobs. Now, is that true? Can that happen? Can ChatGPT or softwares like that or other AI enabled tools take away doctors or another healthcare professional jobs? Let's discuss. Now, the first and foremost thing which I would like to say, medicine is a subjective branch. It is not an objective branch. Even though you might be googling things and you might be getting answers, but still it is a very subjective branch. You might come with certain symptoms which you might think that will have only a certain diagnosis, but that is not true. The similar set of symptoms are present across the spectrum, across a lot of diseases. It is very subjective and a clinical branch. So any software, even if you try, you cannot have them gain that subjectivity. The platforms will always be objective. So that is the first point. Secondly, any disease, it's not just possible to diagnose with symptoms. The software you can only feed symptoms, but the disease might have some physical signs, might need some other investigations which one has to decide, and there are always medical procedures and operations which will require skill. Now, how can an AI enabled platform or software do everything at once? You can feed maybe symptoms, but what about the clinical signs? Now, you might argue that the future might come where a video calling system is available. The software has got so smart that they might be able to recognize the physical signs also. But again, it is very difficult to see and remember or include all the possibilities out there and see the signs for that. Third thing, medical profession is a skill. It's not just about the academics or learning. A lot of data you could collect from these softwares, but when it comes to skill, it is a bit difficult. A human touch, a human hand is always needed. If you have fallen down, if you have some kind of even minor injury, you need somebody to clean that and apply something or some sort of dressing if needed, if it's something more, an x-ray needs to be done to rule out fracture. So it is a skill which cannot be just acquired by feeding certain data. Even if it is self-learning, it is an ever evolving skill which even a doctor acquires by years of practice. And the skill, mind you, is not just about physical work. It is a lot about, okay, this is the symptom, this is the symptom, okay, there are these 10 possibilities, 10 differential diagnoses. I'm going to go through this one by one, and that mental mathematics, the formulation is going on in a clinician's mind. It's just that because of the years of experience, it goes on quite fast and he is able to deduce that faster. A software, I highly doubt would be that skilled that he would be able to do all the computations possible. Fourth and very important point is empathy. Empathy means making sense of somebody else's feeling or going through. AI enabled software cannot do that. You might say that it may evolve, like currently also we saw in news the AI is telling some guy who is asking certain questions that I love you, please marry me, leave your spouse and things like that. But empathy is somewhere staying in the zone. The AI platform could either be neutral, means without any bias. Now, some of you may agree that, yeah, no bias is a good thing. Well, I disagree. Healthcare is not such a branch where you can remain neutral. You need to have empathy. You cannot have apathy. Okay. And the second extreme is sympathy. Now, having sympathy, sometimes it's good but not always, because it affects your judgment. Having empathy is only the middle way, and as a doctor you are trained to do that. The AI platform could have either apathy, not knowing the background, the system, the life and all other factors that the patient might be going through, or else if it is evolved so much that it may go into the sympathy factor, but it is very difficult to make it stay in the empathy factor, which a doctor has learned through years of learning and dealing with patients. So that empathy factor is a very important factor. The next point is, I don't think that the technology or the software is going to be obsolete, or the doctors are going to get obsolete. Both are very much needed. The softwares or even the hardware could help become a doctor, a better healthcare professional, and helping in better management and care of the patients. In fact, we would require more competent doctors to handle such softwares and hardwares. Like I would give an example, the Da Vinci system. Now it is a robotic system, used for operating patient. But can you trust that? Can you just let go of the patient just through that and let the system take over and operate? No. A skilled doctor along with is always needed. The combination of both might be very synergistic for the patient. One very important point which I would like to highlight is, such softwares, if used in healthcare, only relying on the softwares might give a sense of either fearfulness or wrong sense of security. Fearfulness in the sense, दो तीन symptom आपने डाले, it might even show you till brain tumor. A headache might mean just a common, you are hungry and that's why you are having a headache, and in the extreme it could also mean a brain tumor. Now in such cases, if the computation or something is off, the software might show that you are having a brain tumor but you are not. So that fearfulness might be created through that. And in second extreme, it might give you a wrong sense of security. You are writing something, they are saying is absolutely fine, but it might be a beginning of some sort of disease which is still not clinically relevant but might be there in you. The beginning might be there. So a wrong sense of fearfulness or security is a major thing that could occur with such software. The last and very important point, I don't think healthcare, medical or this profession is possible without a human touch. A human touch is always needed. We are dealing with human lives here, patients here. We are not dealing with machines or other things like that. A human touch is always needed while dealing in healthcare. So no, I don't think that the AI enabled softwares or hardwares or any other sort of devices are going to take away doctors' jobs. Yes, a synergy may exist for better management, but you are always going to need a doctor. So that brings us to end of this video. Hopefully you like this video and discussion. For more such video, please subscribe to our channel and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.